I would literally feel like the love was never enough because my father didn't love me. How could another man love me? So it just fucked me up, okay? Like for good. So this is why I chose the man that I chose to have a baby with. Like everything truly makes sense. And my grandmother tells me this and I was angry at my mom. Angry, okay? Because how dare you be that stuff fucking selfish and not think of me? You don't think I wanted to have my father? I've forgiven her, now I've made peace with it. But that's why I feel so strongly about cutting parents or cutting the other person off. You don't get to fucking do that. You don't, okay? Because like I said, it scarred me. And now my father is dead. And it haunts me for the rest of my life. Because I literally grew up thinking he didn't want me. That wasn't the case. He was coming. They were returning him. And I was sitting there by that door waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And he never showed up. And I hope this brings me some type of closure because it literally eats at me all the time, still to this day.
Hey everyone, welcome to Shimmer Girl Talks. Did you all see that? This here hits so close to home for me, it's not even funny. And I think this happens more times than not in the Black community. And I think this is also one of the reasons why I am on such a crusade for the nuclear family and, you know, speaking out for the traditional wife and, you know, being married before you have children. The exact same thing that happened to this young woman happened to me. Only thing is, I didn't find out until I was 14 that the man that I was calling daddy was not my daddy. And I didn't even find out what my biological father looked like until I was 21. So I later found out that my father had been coming to look for me up until I was 7. That's the year he died. He died in 1977. But I didn't know this until, like I said, until I was 21. When I was able to meet his mother, who's now, of course, passed away. But this boils my blood with women who don't think that the father is important to their child's life. Unless that father is putting that child in any type of imminent danger, there's no reason for you to be keeping your child, his child, away from him. You laid down with him. Whatever your reasons are, he don't want to be with you anymore. You don't want to be with him. You should not punish your child for your lustful night when you created that baby. Now, this woman's sadness is very severe. She might have to, if she's not already, you know, have to go see somebody about it. But I understand it. For years, and I do mean years, my mother and I were estranged and at odds because of my father. And I don't think women fully understand when they do this. You know, that they call themselves hurting the father, but you ultimately hurt the child more. When you are a kid, well, I would say as you get older and you start noticing that there's a void in your heart, two people made you. So, of course, you want to know both of those parents. Again, unless that father is a danger to you, there's no reason, and I mean no reason, that he should be taken from his child's life. And going back to Ebony K. Williams with her single mother by choice, and I got a lot of heated comments from my video when I did it. I said she's going to regret her choice one day when she looks at her little girl and her little girl is looking around for her father. Like, Mom, where's my dad? You know, where's the other half of me? The other person that created me? These women are out here selfish. And they say it's these men, but it's you bum behind women, period. And another thing, a lot of these women will not fess up to, they are having children with men who was never intending on staying. They want to blame the men, but you know you laid down with that man because you liked the car he drove, you liked the shoes he was wearing, you liked the fact that his pants were hanging off his butt. Whatever it is, these men be telling these women to drop their panties. These women are not being raped. They're not being SA'd. They willfully and wantonly wanted to be a slur for whatever these men be telling these women. And now her parents were married, but the mother decided that she was just going to deny her child her father and then lied to her about it. And this is one reason why I tell people, if your father is still alive, I don't care what the freak your mother told you. If your father is still alive, go get his side of the story. If it turns out that your mother was telling the truth, okay, at least you found out from his mouth. But a lot of times you find out missing pieces to that puzzle. Like, that's not what my mother said. So I would say 99% of the time, the women be lying about their role in why your father isn't in your life. 99% of the time, these women be lying about your father's lack of role in your life. And if your father is not alive, if you can find his family, talk to them. If you can, there are some people in your family that might be able to put some pieces together. But when I first saw this, I was crying right along with her. Y'all might have heard my voice waver a little bit because this hits home to me. Now, I mean, I'm in my 50s, heading towards 60 now. Yeah, I'm that old. But it doesn't mean that the pain never went away. I could just tolerate it a little bit better. I would have loved to have known my father, you know? But let me get off before I start crying, and I'll talk to you later.